Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video like up. The morning sun rose over Genoa City like any other day, but what it revealed was anything but ordinary. Tension was thick in the air as the wealthy, the wounded, and the wicked all prepared to make their next move in a town where power changes hands as quickly as lovers change hearts. From boardroom battles to heartbreaking betrayals, today's unfolding saga proves that no alliance is safe and no secret stays buried for long. Inside the Abbott mansion, Jack Abbott stood at the window, gazing out at the gardens where memories with Diane once bloomed. But that peace was shattered when Billy Abbott walked in, eyes blazing with defiance. Billy, never one to toe the line, threw down the gauntlet. He wasn't just walking away from the family business, he was walking into a new war. With a sly smirk, he announced that he had formed an unexpected alliance with none other than Phyllis Summers. Their shared resentment toward the Newmans and Jack had sparked a new fire, and now they were preparing to take Genoa City by storm. Jack couldn't believe what he was hearing. Betrayal from Billy was one thing, but from Phyllis, again? He clenched his fists, his eyes narrowing as he realized the walls of Abbott family unity were crumbling from within. He warned Billy that teaming up with Phyllis was like playing with matches in a room full of gasoline. But Billy didn't flinch. He walked out of the office with one line, "I'm done being your pawn." At the Grand Phoenix, Phyllis was already 2 steps ahead. Dressed in crimson red, a color that always signaled war for her, she was orchestrating a takeover. Her eyes glimmered with confidence. She didn't just want control, she wanted redemption. After everything she lost, love, business, respect, she was building her empire again, and Billy was her sharpest weapon. But she wasn't blind. She knew Billy's demons. She'd danced with them before. This time, she wasn't playing games. She was rewriting the rules. Meanwhile, over at Chancellor Winter's, Amanda Sinclair faced an internal reckoning. Cain Ashby had returned with secrets and suspicions. In a blistering confrontation, he accused Amanda of hiding vital information about the real source of his European assets. Amanda, taken aback, held her ground, but Cain wasn't backing down. The chemistry between them, once electric and undeniable, now crackled with distrust and pain. Cain's words echoed in the room, "You're not the woman I fell in love with. You're a lawyer in love with lies." Amanda's eyes filled with tears, but her voice didn't tremble. "I did what I had to do to protect you. You just can't see it yet." Across town, the storm was just beginning for Nick Newman. After weeks of growing tension, he found himself at the center of a police investigation. The scene was chaos, flashing lights, sirens, and whispers that someone from inside the Newman circle had framed him. As Nick was placed in handcuffs, Sharon screamed for the police to stop. Her voice cracked with desperation. "He's innocent. You're making a mistake." But the law wouldn't listen. Back at the police station, Chancellor watched from behind the glass. Something didn't add up. He knew Nick, and he knew when a setup smelled rotten. He reviewed security footage, transcripts, and alibis, and one name kept coming up, Carter. The assistant who had worked for Aristotle Dumas, aka Cain Ashby during his European reinvention, now seemed to be tied to the planted evidence that got Nick arrested. As Chance dug deeper, he uncovered a hidden thread that connected the scandal to a gala in France from months ago. Flashback, a lavish villa, champagne flowing, Victor Newman sipping brandy under chandeliers, and Cain delivering a keynote in fluent French. But beneath the glamour, something dark had transpired. Amanda had arrived with evidence on a USB drive, documents that could expose everyone, and then it went missing. Was that night the origin of Nick's current nightmare? Lily Winters, once Cain's heart and now his harshest critic, remembered that gala. She'd seen the fear in his eyes when Amanda showed up. Now, in the present, she stood on the Chancellor estate patio, wondering whether the man she once trusted was ever real. Devin warned her not to dig into the past. Some truths are best left dead, he'd said, but Lily wasn't backing down. If Kane was hiding something, she would find it in a smoky office on the top floor of Newman Enterprises. Victor sat quietly, watching his family unravel from the safety of shadows. He sipped his scotch, a smug grin on his face. Everything was going according to plan. Billy's rebellion? Engineered. Phyllis's rise? Allowed. Nick's arrest? Expected. Victor was 3 moves ahead, always. You have to burn the house, he muttered to himself, before you rebuild it with stronger walls. And yet, one piece of his puzzle moved unexpectedly. Nikki. The former matriarch, recently trying to rebuild her sobriety and peace, felt the weight of her family's sins press against her chest. When she heard about Nick's arrest, something inside her broke. She rushed to the jailhouse, breaking through the press with tears in her eyes. She demanded to see him. The guards hesitated. This wasn't just any visitor, but her voice left no room for denial. I'm his mother. Let me in. Inside, Nikki took Nick's hands in hers. I won't let them break you, she whispered. Nick's eyes, filled with confusion and shame, met hers. I don't know who did this, Mom. But it's someone close. Real close. Nikki nodded. Her jaw tightened. She had been through war before. She wasn't going to sit this one out. Back at Society, Chelsea Lawson overheard whispers, chance asking Abby about Kane's French connection. The name Aristotle Dumas, the alias that was supposed to have died, was now appearing in security footage from a European financial summit. Chelsea, remembering her own brief encounter with Kane during his disguise era, knew something didn't fit. She called Chloe. We need to talk. It's about Kane, and about money that was never his. As Chelsea and Chloe unpacked old footage from an art gala in Madrid, one of the places Aristotle once flaunted his wealth, they discovered more than just photos. A video clip showed Amanda handing off a briefcase to a French man, and that man was now working in the Genoa City DA's office. Coincidence? Not a chance. Back at Crimson Lights, Mariah and Tessa were caught in their own whirlwind. With baby Aria now in preschool and talk of a sibling on the horizon, they were pulled into the family drama when Faith dropped by, visibly shaken. Her father, Nick, was on every screen. She felt powerless. Mariah hugged her. This family's been through hell before, and will make it through again. Tessa added, we fight smarter now. We fight together. In a surprising twist, Elena made her return to the hospital. Only to find a new administrator had been appointed, none other than Hillary Curtis's twin, Harmony. Rumors had swirled, but seeing her alive was a shock. Harmony, fierce and mysterious, had returned with her own secrets, and possibly ties to Amanda's case files. Elena's instincts told her this was no coincidence. She began digging into Harmony's past, finding connections to the same French bank accounts that funded the gala where everything changed. As the sun set over the city, Victor stood in front of a roaring fireplace at the ranch. He stared at a photograph, one of the entire Newman family taken years ago. You're all pawns, he whispered. But I built this kingdom. And I will bury anyone who dares to bring it down. Meanwhile, Jack sat in his office, alone and defeated. The man who had led empires now felt like a ghost in his own house. But then a phone buzzed, a private number. He picked it up. A voice, low and steady, said, we need to meet. Tonight. At the park. Jack didn't recognize the voice, but it knew his name. You want to stop Billy and Phyllis? You'll need help. I'm your answer. At Chancellor Park, in the final scene, Billy and Phyllis stood overlooking the lake. She lit a match, watching it flicker before tossing it into a metal trash can full of old contracts. We're not playing by their rules anymore, she said. Billy nodded. They wanted war. Let's give them a revolution. And somewhere, just out of view, a camera recorded every moment, streamed directly to someone watching from a dimly lit penthouse in Chicago. The figure smiled. They have no idea I'm coming.